year?
Well, Suntech opened its office 2 years ago in the U.S. in October 2007, and so it's exactly 2 years now. We've grown from having a handful of people here in this market to about 50 to 60 people right now. We're excited about the opportunities presented in the U.S. marketplace. It's still a very young market, probably as compared to our worldwide sales. Europe is about 80% of our revenue. Asia Pacific is 10%, and North America is 10%. So it's still relatively a small piece. But we think with the new administration, new focus on renewables here in this market, that it could be a very, very big market in the upcoming year. Suntech sells and manufactures photovoltaic solar modules that go on residential rooftops. They go on commercial rooftops, and they can go out in the desert and power plants and utilities, utility scale solar. We're going after all those markets. Some of the big markets that we see ahead are, in fact, the utility scale projects that are being planned, and Suntech is actively bidding on, say, over a gigawatt of those projects at this time. The U.S. and China are clearly the two countries that have to do something, take the leadership to make a difference. And I think it's wonderful that organizations like the U.S.-China Green Energy Council are fundamentally nonprofit volunteer organizations, that there's this much volunteer energy going into trying to solve the effort. And so we really applaud the work of the volunteers and the leadership of the U.S.-China Green Energy Council, and encourage the whole group to continue to plow forward. The interesting thing about UCGEC is it's a combination or mixture of academic and government and business as the type of three prongs of attack of how to combat climate change between our countries. Clearly, Suntech fits into the business area, and we believe that doing a good job in the business area and collaborating across borders, both through technology partnerships as well as joint ventures, financial relationships, just plain old business relationships, and putting a bigger footprint here in the U.S. and deepening those relationships will increase the amount of collaboration and partnership between our countries. And ultimately, I think we have a lot to learn from each other. Suntech, as I said, has about 80% of our sales overseas in other countries that are much more mature solar markets than the U.S. We're able to see some of the best practices that have been learned in those areas. We're able to see some of the big mistakes that have been made in the other areas. And as we see U.S. policy develop along which lines or the other, it's a good opportunity to sort of give feedback into the system and try to ensure that the United States adopts the strongest policies as well. So I think not just from a business point of view, but from a policy contribution as well, Suntech, I think, is pretty uniquely qualified and providing a contribution there.